Hey there, welcome back. Marius here, and today we have Starfield and full skill guide. And I know what you're saying and thinking, hey, there's unlimited levels, so it means unlimited points. Why do I need guide? But I'm gonna give you the basic core of the skill points, where to put to unlock full game potential, and then the rest of that just add whatever you want. All right, so I'll try to be quick because there is no much to go over. And one by one, I will explain why and what's the choosing, and then of course timestamps, and so you can skip or just read the description. Everything will be there. All right. So first and physical is, as I've seen a lot of things, but absolute basic is you have to have 1 point in stealth, no more, no less, to unlock this stealth bar, so you know when enemies see you or when you are free to steal things. Basic as that. Then there are 3 questionable areas I'm putting, and one of them is weightlifting, because it does not unlock anything. If you look in the ranks, absolutely everything is just about increasing your capacity to carry things. But this is creation engine game, this is Bethesda, and without these 100 additional kilograms, they don't sum up, by the way. It's 10, then increased by 25, so it's not, you get the idea. At the end, 100 additional kilograms is game changing. I can't imagine how anyone goes through without them. It will be too painful. It's basically affects everything, so I consider them all 4 points must have. And that basically includes and concludes the physical. I've seen someone mention gymnastic because it unlocks ability to slide. We are in space, partially, and a lot of fights will happen in zero or low gravity. That slide, yes, but no. I mean, it's not what it's Far Cry or Primal or whatever, all those, or shooters where you need to slide and move around. I understand the logic behind it, but that's the point you can get afterwards. There will be one more additional, but if you look at the rest of the tree, it adds damage, it adds more damage, it removes environmental things or something. None of these unlock something that unique that change the game drastically, or for example extra health. Yeah, nice to have, but just nice to have. One thing I will mention, I am and was looking all the time for this skill to regenerate health, which you see how that might come in handy, but I have a solution to bypass it, so you don't need to dump any more points in physical tree to get this. You will get similar thing through other skills. That's about physical. Already too late the explanation. Social, here's one thing. You absolutely want to have theft, because it unlocks a lot of possibilities to steal a key, which otherwise you cannot unlock the doors. You need a key, so only way is to steal it. And then one more thing is similarly as questionable as carry weight is the commerce. I put 4 points in it for various reasons. One of them, I want to have this second tree unlocked. You need 4 points in total in the first one. And other thing is, yeah, it doesn't unlock any unique things, but you need money for unlocking ships. You need money if you want to bypass all the farming of materials, just purchasing from the store. You want to sell as high as possible and purchase as low as possible price. So with the game, where as every game in gaming industry is the thing where you sell or purchase a sword or something from merchant, and it costs $1,000 to 1,000 gold, and then if exactly the same sword 2 seconds later you are selling back, it's like, I'll give you 10 gold. That's the maximum. Like the discrepancy, the difference between sell and buy prices also here is so huge that without this kind of equalizer, it will be painful. That's what I'm saying. But what I haven't seen, I've seen a lot of things. Someone says, yeah, persuasion is good, scavenging, you know, extra credits, diplomacy, intimidation. None of them actually matter as much because, for example, if you look at the, you can force target NPC at below level to stop fighting. Stop fighting. You kill the enemy. If you put your things in other perspective, that gives you XP and loot. There is no extra need to put anyone anywhere to. I see all of them kind of trashy. I'll put it in this way. One of the things you might consider under deception to get contraband scans less effective. Contraband is something to avoid entirely. Mid to late game, the more bugs you want to get rid of it faster. So none of that. One thing I picked for my main character was outpost management, this additional cargo links, but I also found that outpost management until the point where it's beyond. I regret my decision. And going for the one only was for ship command, but as far as I have seen how, I don't know if it's bug or what, but these crew members, when they are assigned, they're not helping as much. The huge bonuses they should give to your ship. You can have up to 8 crew members. At that point, when you have this unlocked, you will have all those bonuses yourself. And as far as I know, they don't overlap. Maybe they overlap with yours, but anyways, I digress. So also here, I'm going with only 1 point in negotiation, and what is interesting, it unlocks new possibility to bribe. Of course, if you are role-playing and you don't want to bribe anyone, this is not for you, but well, role-playing is something different. Interesting thing is, these points, bribery points, is literally, when they open up, they're like throwing 1,000 coins at the person you're speaking to increase or get 5 persuasion points. This is way more valuable than spending or basically trashing 4 points over here. I had put them also here, but this bribery thing is just out of this world. It's like, anyways. So theft and negotiation for the bribery extra thing to boost through. Otherwise, you are stuck with the persuasion. These mini games. Not a big fan. But yeah, this is my suggestion to go with. Of course, this negotiation goes together with commerce because you need money to bribe. So this gives you money to basically, yeah, you get the idea. Otherwise, rest of the points, I'll leave it to you. So, my favorite part, combat. Do not waste any point in here, ever, never. I've played quite a while already on hardest difficulty. The rest of the things I'll show you is far enough, and you have weapons enough, and power enough, and I still haven't used any medication or health packs. I don't use them at all. I don't know, you have to play really crazy to not, it's uninteresting, it's everything. I checked everything. They boost damage, ballistics, or some other pointer. No, sorry, I can't with my open mind suggest anything. Especially whenever you start putting points, they are so direct. Rifle, ballistics, sniper, they are improving one particular area, so you have to stick with that. Otherwise, it basically limits your possibility to just swap around, do whatever you want, which I don't know. I don't like those limits and anything. So, combat, 0 points. Of course, all extra you can dump in wherever you want, but in my experience, currently 120 plus hours in the game, not worth. I haven't put in even my main character a single point. Alright, move on. Silence. So yes, this is, someone is already screaming in this on the monitor. There are 4 points you can avoid if you don't want to build any base, any outpost, any of that, which is a huge part of the game. So yeah, I included it. So the first thing, this research method is the last of those three skill points I mentioned, where they don't unlock anything unique, but here all the rest of those trees to unlock, you have 4 points to dump in the first row. And in the first row, no absolute garbage. It helps, of course, quality of life serving better, but far more better to basically boost all the research. And this is, you must have it. If you have to craft anything, unlock anything, research anything, do not do any of that before you have 4 points dumped into this. This sudden development, which basically you put a resource and it develops even more, just, it's amazing. It works. Every research I have at least 1 or 2 times when it basically fills your missing components. Absolutely game changer. You have to have all 4 if you want to do anything in this tree. So once you have that, it unlocks the second tree. Second tree is a little bit tricky. Let's talk about obvious: spacesuit design and weapon design. Weapon design, no questions asked, 4 out of 4, because that's the way how to unlock all the possibilities, how to improve all your weapons. Besides melee is just left out in this game. Spacesuit design, pay attention here. Only 3 out of 4 is required because the last point only occasionally doesn't cost resources. It doesn't unlock anything until the point where you actually have those resources. Trust me, you don't need them. You don't need them. If you have commerce, you can purchase all those materials. You can easily craft them. No need to get this 4th point. Just a waste of point, you know? So 3 out of 4 here. Then interesting thing I haven't seen mentioned in these unlocking videos, botany and zoology. They are required at least 1 point, and I'm putting 1 point only in each of these. Why? Without those points, your outpost, none of your outposts provides or gives you possibility to produce animal resources or produce plants and all the cultivated things. So you have to put a point here and point there, which basically unlocks 2 additional parts for your outposts. For the resources, there is no other way to gather. The sealant, construction, cosmetics, a lot of things that also actually is required to boost and build your extra best weapon and space that they can be only farmed there. You can of course purchase them. You can gather by hand, just picking out of the resources or hunt down the animals. But to have them farmed for farming, for outpost, for all that, you have 2 points there. 1 there, 1 there. All right. 1, there's outpost engineering. As we are already into the outpost thing, this requires all 4 out of 4. Why? Because, oh no, 3 out of 4, sorry. Yes, 3 out of 4, drunk. 3 points required to have and construct cutting edge modules, which basically is the power, the huge containers to have more things to. It's absolutely must have if you have any outpost in your mind to build. Last one just reduces the resources. Of course it helps if you have it, but again, absolute minimum only 3. Then last but not least, special projects is something really important, because it actually emphasizes not only, as you can read, there's extractors have extra chance, whatever, but unique manufactured components at the industrial workbench. So basically, if you want to cramp by hand, you have to have these special projects. And if I'm not mistaken, now I'm thinking, also some weapon upgrades and spacesuit upgrades, I will need to check that, require additional, not only weapon, the spacesuit design or weapon engineering, but additional special things. Like similarly, when we get to the ship part, but ship also sometimes require 2 different skills to have to be able to use these items. Anyways, 4 out of 4 special projects, fully everything. Yeah, exotic, industrial, research lab. Yes. So that unlocks for you everything to do in the game regarding here. And one more point, skill, all 4 is required to have if you want to build those outposts. One thing absolutely amazing is the sheer amount of outposts you can have is up to 16, but that's not why we are here. The just increase that you have, that's out of this my video scope, but what is there is you can see now with this first rank, extreme temperatures, so deep freeze and inferno, then outposts on extreme pressure, then outposts on corrosive atmosphere, and outposts where planets have extreme gravity. You can see there are 4 different types of planets. You will never ever be able to build anything until you have this unlocked. And you will be surprised, or not, in my case not, that once you find those absolutely rich and unique resource heavy packed planets, they will have this hard gravity, they will be in deep freeze, they will have these extreme atmospheres and everything. So basically just the basic planets and outposts are available without this 4 out of 4 points planet habitation. Of course, you can read the screen how it goes. You see where I put all the points, then some of them have 3 and then just 1. Anyways, moving on, last tech. I don't want video to be too long. I hope 20 minutes will be nice. So this is quite straightforward. You have to put a point in target controlling system. Everyone knows that. That's the only way how you can shoot the ship's engine, target and destroy enemy ship's engine, and then board it and take out the crew and basically steal the ship. This is the way how to get that possibility. You have to have 1 point there. Then boost packs, only 1 point, and also more points to increase its viability and all that, understandable, but 1 point is absolutely enough to have and enjoy all the boost packs, jet packs in the game. Then under security, this is lockpicking basically, 3 out of 4, because if you look again closely, 4th point, the last rank, adds additional things to do. But to be able to unlock all the pick locks in the game, so fully lockpicking, it's only rank 3 required, not more. Piloting, 4 out of 4, not because those first 2 ranks, but to be able to get class B and class C, which is in this game somehow it's, in my mind, it's opposite. Class C is like lower level than class A, that's the top of the tier, but here the game is opposite. Class A is the lowest and class C is the highest for whatever reason. So you have these 2 unlocked to be able to build and craft and fly class C ships, which means you can't even steal if the ship is too high class for you. So definitely those 2 is huge portion of the game will be missed if you don't have them. Then what I mentioned previously is you have so many points dipped in that nothing else from these 3 is required but Starship Design. 4 out of 4, because there are modules that will require to have, for you to have class C rank to be able to use that module, and also Starship Design 1, 2, 3 or 4th. Of course, the highest level, basically the more extreme or unique this part is. So simple as that. This is where it goes together quite a lot. So you have to have Starship Design if you want any starship or ship or anything where the game is about the space. Yes, trust me, you will have your ship, you will build it, use it, fly it. So yes, absolutely must have. So here, this is conclusion of my advice for all the skills you need to unlock all the games and various and all things. I will throw in 2 bonus things quickly. I will go above 20 minutes, no worries. If I had 2 more points to dump, one of them will be engine systems. All 4 is required, because if you look closely, then the last rank also unlocks something unique. Similar as like the slide under the physical 3, but here we have a thing. While you're boosting, I tested it and actually works too well, like a cheat. Basically, you have a spaceship fight, you see your shield is too low. When you press boosting, it's basically enabled with 1 button, your ship starts basically going really fast. At that moment, all the ships basically cease to fire at you. They will just, okay, he's boosting, I can do nothing about it. Like literally, like silly thing. While it's boosting, it's after a while your boost thrusters are off and you need to wait for cooldown. But that time is enough for your shields to start regenerating. If you actually manage to be at the corner of the battlefield and you drive away, then even when your boosters are off and enemies are engaging back with you, you are too far away and your shields will just regenerate. So basically it's like you take a pause from the fight, which is immensely, like I can't stress enough how I just played around it. It's just when I had automatic turrets, they keep firing. So basically at some point when I'm boosting, no one shoots at you. My automatic turrets just, okay, pew, 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 you down, pew, pew, pew. I just turn around, everyone is dead because my automatic turrets nail them to the ground. Like, it's like cheating in the space battle. That's one of them I'm suggesting. And then another point, if I want to suggest, is not gymnastics, but I would pick 4 points in fitness, because there will be a huge portion of the game where you will be running. Running uses your oxygen, and basically having extra oxygen is great, but the last point again is the kicker. Not only you will have more oxygen, 4 out of 4 points in the fitness, but sprinting, which is huge portion of the game, you are just sprinting to get from point A to point B because there's no fast travel yet. It uses less oxygen. Basically, if I translate it correctly, I don't have it on my main character. If I translate it correctly, it means you will not have to worry about the oxygen, especially in the city when you travel from trader to vendor from one point to another. Often you basically run out of the air and like, So this basically eases out one huge portion of the game, which, if I'm not mistaken, will be problematic until the end of the game, because you will be running all the time. The more exploration, the more you're running around, this basically just makes it way better. So those 2 extra points, 4 out of 4, would be something I add as a bonus. But the rest of that, stealth, weightlifting, commerce, theft, negotiation, nothing in combat, research methods, weapon engineering, space design, spacesuit design, botany, zoology, outpost engineering, planetary habitat, special projects, boost pack training, piloting, security, targeting control systems, and Starship designs. That's all you need. The rest of that, up to you. There is no limit for the game. It keeps giving you skill points all the time, so eventually you can have all of them. But these are the starting points, and I'm out of advices here. Full skill guide. Let me know your recommendations in the comment section. If you have, there will be objections like, no, you have to have this, or no, don't take that. So I'm here to listen, because again, this is experience in the game for everyone, how they like it. I hope you enjoyed. We'll meet in other videos. Cheers.